Ke equals 1/2 mv squared. That's the formula we use to calculate kinetic energy, the energy of a moving body. The m stands for the object's mass and the v for its velocity. When you take a massive object, say a car, and move it at a high velocity, say 60 miles per hour, and then plug those numbers into the equation, well, it's obvious that there's a lot of energy in a moving car. And in a car crash, all that energy is expended on you. Yes, even if you're driving or riding in a modern car with your seatbelts on and airbags ready, the sheer amount of energy transferred into the body by an impact makes it highly likely that you are going to suffer injury. However, thanks largely to better and safer automobiles and all that equipment, the chances of that energy causing you permanent disability or disfigurement are lower than ever. And this is good news to plastic surgeons who have the responsibility of repairing facial damage that results from car accidents. According to a recent study of injuries resulting from motor vehicle collisions, facial trauma is the most frequently suffered injury by drivers and riders involved. Happily, the number of facial fractures dropped sharply between 1993 and 2005, and the trend shows no sign of slowing. Of course, as long as people are driving or riding in cars while sharing the road with others, the kinetic energy equation is always going to be a factor. Fortunately, improved safety equipment and better vehicle design are reducing those risks. And finally, in celebrity news, Deborah Harry, the longtime front face of new wave pop supergroup Blondie, brought cool, detached glamour and frosty good looks to the global music scene at the turn of the 1980s. And despite the decades since the band's debut and a lot of hard miles on the rock and roll highway, she's still got the good looks that say, "Call me." But not without a little help. After all, even Deborah Harry is subject to the passing of time. And over the past 30 years, her once sleek New York blonde had faded away to a sort of puffy Omaha beige. Enter a real plastic surgeon, the kind that rock stars can afford, and suddenly Deborah Harry has the look again. But is she ashamed of turning to the knife to undo what nature has done? In typical Deborah Harry fashion, she is not. The singer has forthrightly admitted to having plastic surgery, saying it was necessary for the sake of her career. She told one reporter, quote, "I did it for the business reasons. Looks are a key part of being an entertainer. I felt it was something I had to do." Well, no complaints from your fans at Plastic Surgery News, Miss Harry. We think your facial work looks great, glamorous, and youthful without the horror show effects so many other pop stars go for when the rock and roll sag sets in. No matter how many years go by, you'll always be our number one. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us. And if you have a story you think we should cover, be sure to drop us a line at news@theplasticsurgerychannel.com. And in the meantime, remember to join us again next week for more plastic surgery news. So long.